Welcome to the Living Joyfully Show with your host, Dr. Sheri K. Hoff. Be sure to get your free gift at theinspiredactionsuccesscoach.com. theinspiredactionsuccesscoach.com. Get ready to step into your joy in today's episode. Here's our wonderful Sheri.
Hello everybody, Sheri here, and I have an amazing guest with me here today. We'll be talking with Annika Brindley. She is the founder of Little Sleepers, an infant and child sleep consultant practice located in the Washington D.C. metro area. She has a master's degree in clinical psychology from Antioch University in Los Angeles, California. She started her career providing counseling and therapy to individuals, couples, and families at a women's clinic and family counseling center in Los Angeles. It was through working with families with young children that she began to see a common factor that appeared to cause conflict and a division within the family. The common factor was a lack of sleep. She thought there must be a solution. There must be an art to teaching children how to sleep, and began her quest to create a solution. So she discovered through her work helping children to sleep that parents needed to awaken as well. Her practice has expanded to coaching parents in the art of awakened parenting. The parent-child relationship is a natural invitation to become a conscious, self-loving human being. She has seen parents, through teaching their children how to sleep, be able to overcome their own fears, recognize patterns, and learn behaviors, and identify false beliefs that they hold. Her awakened parenting coaching practice allows parents to continue to learn to become a whole, integrated, self-loving adult. She's passionate about the healthful benefits of good sleep and awakened parenting, and has loved working with diverse families around the globe to give little ones the sleep they deserve. So welcome, Annika. How are you today?
Thank you so much, Sheri. I'm wonderful, and thank you for having me on your show.
Well, I'm excited that you're here, and being a parent to 6 kiddos, I can relate to the lack of sleep, and I also, from knowing you for a while here, see the valuable work that you do with families, and you basically change people's lives. So I did give people a little bit of background, but I thought you might want to expand on what really drove your business and made you decide to jump into this type of business.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you, and thank you for that intro. I started my career as a family therapist in Los Angeles, and while I was doing my internship, started to see the families that I was working with were at odds with each other, not over some of the things that you might think that they were, but truly about sleep issues. Not just, of course, that you're sleep deprived, and who can parent when they're sleep deprived? It's, virtually impossible. It's really hard. But that they had different ideas about how things should be done and how things should look. And I always joke and I say, you don't go out on your first date and say, hey, do you want to co-sleep or do you want to let your baby cry, right? You're only saying, hey, do you want kids, and thinking about that kind of thing. So after you end up having your baby, you then are posed with the questions that you weren't able to ask yourself before you had the baby. Wow, we're not sleeping. What do you want to do? What do you want to do? Let's get on the same page. So nobody was on the same page, and I thought, wow, this is a huge hole. Where can we add some support and some help for these parents so that they could get on the same page and not be at odds with each other, but work together to help their child to learn how to sleep?
Wow. I just think, where were you when I needed you like 18 years ago?
Oh, I
didn't know about you then.
If I had $1 for every time someone said that to me, it's amazing because when you're a therapist, right, you could be working with someone for a very long time on a specific issue. And what I love so much about what I do is the privilege of being able to work intimately with a family. That, to me, being able to become part of them for the 2 weeks that I work with them, it's really a privilege and an honor. But 2, that we're going to identify the problem. We're going to come up with a really concrete and solid, airtight plan of action, and then we're going to implement the plan of action, and then there's a concrete result. People are walking away after 2 weeks going, I can't even believe that my child is sleeping 11 to 12 hours through the night, where I got chills right now, because not only are you and the whole family and the baby or the child sleeping through the night, but there's this moment where you go, wow, I didn't even know that my child was capable of doing something as incredible as this. It's amazing, the transformation. And also the parents say, I can't believe that I did this, because sleep is a learned skill. And I think that's the part that's really hard for people, is we have these preconceived notions of what sleep should look like, and babies sleeping through the night. Look at all those sort of images and pictures of babies sleeping on moons with stars everywhere. It just doesn't go down that way. We don't have extended family living with us. We're not sort of living in a small village where everyone is hands-on, and we have to get support to learn how to do these things and teach our child the skills of sleeping independently.
I love it. I love it. And
Thank you.
I think of how much life changes when, the parents can sleep and kind of have some of their life back. So that kind of leads me a little bit to awaken parenting. And, you talked about why you got so involved with Little Sleepers. And I want to tell people that, for 17 years you've been doing this. I mean, you are the go-to expert with all of your experience and everything that you bring to the table. So you then moved into also including awaken parenting coaching. So can you tell me a little bit about your journey into that?
Absolutely. From working with parents, and as I said, I'm meeting with the parents, not with the children. I'm not going into your house and doing the work for you. I'm not your child doesn't know me, so that would be kind of an odd experience. I know there's people out there that do that, but I believe in giving you the tools, right, the parent, and teaching the parent how to do this, and in turn teaching their child. So that piece was already in play for the last 17 years, working with parents. And then I've started to see the amazing transformation in parents, that it wasn't just about sleep what we were working on. Of course, sleep was the outcome, and everybody wanted that. Everybody signed up for that piece. But the empowering parenting piece was amazing. When parents learn how to face and overcome their fears, right? And we're identifying, wow, I think that I was not allowing my child to sleep independently or doing all these things because this is how it was done in my household. I wasn't even aware of that. So the awakened parenting piece is a way to become aware of the things that you didn't recognize before, old patterns and false beliefs, but also being willing to take a look and say, wow, am I a whole person, so that I can give that to my child, so that I can separate myself from my child, not in a negative way, but be able to teach them to be their own person. And so that's how the art of awakened parenting came into play.
I know so many people just get lost in the role of being a parent. When I look at my own life, my youngest is just graduating from high school. But when I look at my own life and I look at the thing I'm most proud of, is I'm most proud of the parent I've been. I mean, I really put my whole heart into it. And, you can lose yourself. You can stop paying attention to things that you need. And, I mean, in my own journey, I had like ups and downs where I would realize, okay, when's the last time my husband and I took a weekend together? Or when's the last time I took a vacation alone? And, so I have the awareness where I worked on that, but I know that feeling of, just giving every single ounce that you have and forgetting sometimes that you're your own person. So I think that awaken parenting piece is so valuable and so helpful because, it's kids feel guilty too. Like they feel guilty if their parents give everything to them. They know that there's an imbalance there. And so I think teaching kids that, yes, parents have parent time too is, just so important. And I know you do so much more than that. So thank you for sharing that. And again, I just know that you're just really helping so many people.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it is so important that our children don't feel like they have to actually take care of us, that we are able to fill ourselves, right? If there's something that's missing that we feel not whole, that we are giving it to ourselves. And in turn, our children learn from that. But also, if you're over-focused on just the parenting piece, if your identity becomes, I'm a parent, your children are not going to live with you forever, nor should they, right? They need to go explore and become their own person. And then, of course, that empty nest piece that's coming up the pike. Then you're sitting there going, well, whose life did I live? What did I do? It doesn't mean not loving your child and supporting them, but really, they really learn from watching what you do, from experiential learning. So you can say to them, live to your fullest potential. You can be whatever you want to be. Go out and do it. But they are going to learn that if that is what you are doing as a parent. That's how they're really going to be able to metabolize and embrace that piece, that they can do that if they know their parent is that whole and integrated and excited individual person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, for our people who are listening, who is the ideal Little Sleeper and Awaken parent client for you? Like what people need you?
The ideal client is a client that wants to grow and to learn and to, of course, sleep. That's the original piece of it. We want to sleep. We're stuck. Sometimes people are not stuck. They just say, you know what, we know from other people we don't want to experience sleep deprivation. We know we want to get this in order. And so my ideal client is a family, a couple, a person, a parent who wants to grow, who wants to see a new way of doing something, who's open to that, and who also knows that sometimes things are not easy, and that's okay. And sometimes getting through to the other side is an okay process. People often want to skip that hard part so that they can just get to the good part, and that's not how it works. And so that growth is not just about, hey, I grew. It's about I experienced the growth, and you come out the other side of that. So open-minded, want growth and change, and who are able to see this as an opportunity that they are not to do all the choosing for their child, but that they can be their child's coach, right? We want to be their cheerleader, their coach. I always say, imagine riding a bicycle. If your child started to ride a bicycle and they fell down, you wouldn't say, oh, okay, whenever they're going to do that again, let's take away the bicycle. No. You would say, you can do it. Of course you can. Get back on that bike, right? That's your coaching mentality as a parent to a child, not, oh, let's put the training wheels back on. Oh, let me hold the back of the seat and run with you. Let me run next to you. You can't do it. That's all the messages you're giving non-verbally is you can't do it. I believe our messages are, I can do it, you can do it, and that's where we're going with that.
Mm-hmm. So what advice do you have? You're a small business owner. What advice do you have for other small business owners?
Well, the way I came into Little Sleepers is that I just saw this place that needed some action, right? I saw a hole that needed to be filled, and I was not just seeing it like, wow, this is a good business opportunity. I actually felt passionate about it. I felt like it was calling me. I felt like it opened itself up for me to actually be there. And I think doing what you love, being passionate, and actually really committing to your clients 100%. I always say you're either in or you're out. doing your very best, even when things get hard. And then people really value that. They really value your commitment to them. And I think that being a small business owner, that if you really put your heart, your soul into it and your commitment, that growth can only happen from that.
That is great advice, and it's kind of close to my heart. It's a lot of the way that I run my business and reasons why I got started too. So thank you for sharing that. How can people get a hold of you if they're like, hey, I see myself, I need help, I wanted to hear more about Annika. So tell us how people can find you.
Great, wonderful. They can find me at littlesleepers.com. They can find me at AnnikaBrindley.com. And right now I'm offering a complimentary 30-minute session on awakened parenting. So they can feel free to contact me at AnnikaBrindley.com and sign up for that. And that's the best way to reach me.
Can you spell that out for people?
Yes, it is AnnikaBrindley.com. And Little Sleepers is LITTLESLEEPERS.com.
Okay.
And so they can go to either website and then fill out a contact form. They could also email me as well. My email contact is on my websites too.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much, Annika. So people, you heard, if you need help with awakened parenting or helping your child sleep, please contact her for a free session. You will not be sorry that you did. So thank you so much, and I will talk to everybody soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sheri. Thank you.